नमस्कार सिक्किम क्रोनिकलमा तपाईहरु सबैजनालाई स्वागत छ र आज हामी सिलिगुरीमा छौं अनि जब हामी जर्नलिजमको कुरा गर्दछौं पहाडमा एउटा नाम नलिकन यो पूरा हुँदैन अनि त्यो चाहिँ हो हिमालय दर्पण। हामीलाई थाहा भएको कुरो हो कि अहिले पनि जुन प्रिन्ट जर्नलिजम छ यसको एसेन्स जुन छ यो एकदम कायम छ अनि वी स्टिल रिमेम्बर दैट कसरी हिमालय दर्पण हैज प्लेड अ भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट एन्ड पाइभटल रोल इन द ग्रोथ अफ जर्नलिजम इन दी हिल्स र आज हामी खुसी छौं किनभने इनफ्याक्ट हिमालय दर्पण हैज लन्च्ड इट्स सिक्किम एडिसन अनि हामीसँग हुनुहुन्छ दि पब्लिशर मिस्टर सन्दीप चौधरी अनि हामी कुराकानी गर्नेछौं अन tracking down this journey of Himali Darpan. Sir, first and foremost, you are welcome to Sikkim Chronicle, and it gives us immense pleasure, happiness to understand and to track down the journey from the horse's mouth straight. म तपाईलाई सोध्न चाहन्छु हैन सिक्किम एडिसन तपाईहरुले लन्च गर्नुभयो द चीफ मिनिस्टर अफ सिक्किम लन्च्ड इट सो व्हाट वाज द आइडिया के हो
I will give you some insights about how the Nepali journalism started.
हजुर
In 1993, as I told you, this Dr. Pradhan, C.K. Shrestha sir, Bhandari sahab मिलेर एउटा पेपर launch गर्नुभयो. That newspaper was Sunchari Samachar. And we were already in the print media since 1989. 1989, my father started Bharat Darpan, the Hindi daily. That was doing good, but since we became the printer of Sunchari Samachar, we could understand and realize that what is the readership of the Nepali daily and the people were preferring Nepali more than Hindi daily. So we had in our mind that we must come up with a good Nepali daily. Sunchari had some restrictions, so due to their restriction or their problems they could not continue, and we started our newspaper Himali Darpan at that time also. Sunchari was the only competition, and Sunchari was a very big competition. Sunchari was doing very good. If you compared with the Hindi daily, Sunchari was doing very good. So we started Himali Darpan, but we found out even after having 12 pages, we were not being able to beat Sunchari with 8 pages. But Himali Darpan, then we decided, I personally felt that I must give something that the readers would like to read. So we started with Darjeeling Darpan first. That time we had 8 pages. We started Darjeeling Darpan. We had our own office. Darjeeling Darpan gave us such response that made us start other bureaus like Karshong.
Because of the response which you got from the readers.
Because of the response we got from the readers, our circulation shooted up like anything. Only after Darjeeling Darpan. So that made us start Himali Darpan bureaus and make a Himali Darpan of everyone.
So presently how many bureaus are there altogether?
7 bureaus are there.
Sikkim,
Darjeeling, Karshong, Mirik, Kalimpong and Duars.
So basically तपाईले भन्नुभयो कि your father started Bharat Darpan in 1989.
Yeah.
So that was the phase or that was the moment when he somehow started supporting journalism basically, although that was in Hindi basically.
Yeah,
right?
it was in Hindi.
So your association with journalism has been long, Nita.
Yeah. I was studying in class 11 when my dad started this newspaper.
Name?
Mr. Mangtur Ram Chaudhary. He is a social worker, very well known in the society, and had been doing a lot of social activities. People in North Bengal, Sikkim, everybody knows about my father. He was such a person. So once he started, he was very busy with his work, his political gain, and to serve the society. I found that this man is being over-tortured with so many works to be done. After your political...
He was a multitasker.
Yes, he was a multitasker. I thought that I must help him. And since I was studying in Don Bosco and we had computer classes and all these things, so I was inclined to more of this latest technology of printing and all these things. That made me get into the newspaper journalism.
So, आज भोलि पनि तपाईहरुकै publication?
Yeah, it was our this thing. But we had a partner there, so we wanted to start all by ourselves. So we stopped Ajaboli and started Himali Darpan.
So पहाडको जति पनि अब न्युज छ हैन, बेसिकली जति पनि न्युज प्रिन्ट हुन्छ अनि पहाडको जति पनि whether it may be a political activity, whether it may be a social cultural activity, when we talk about the geopolitics, I think Himali Darpan has been one witness to all the happenings, especially पहाडलाई लिएर हैन. अन्त अहिले आएर तपाईहरुको journey almost 23 years now we have completed in publication.
Yeah.
So how do you see, like I'm sure धेरै challenges त थियो होला.
धेरै challenge थियो, अहिले पनि बहुत challenges छ. After this corona, people's support towards reading newspaper has gone down
Drastically.
During Prashant Tamang time, Himali Darpan was behind Prashant Tamang.
Yes.
He was one of the reasons that Prashant Tamang was
Won Indian Idol.
Yeah, won Indian Idol. That time, the circulation shooted to around 60,000 copies. 60,000
per day.
Per day, 60,000, and it was very difficult for us to manage because you need newsprint for 60,000. You have to print on the paper, and that involved a lot of money. From where would that money come? But the response and the support of everybody, the people generally, we could manage that somehow. So a lot of challenges were there. Even now it is more because of the corona issue. The older generation and the people they feel that we should not read newspapers. But as I told you, newspaper media will remain there. English and Hindi dailies might get dented somewhere. They might feel it, and we are printing other newspapers also. So we know how the business and how is the newspaper media going up or down. Apart from Himali Darpan or Bharat Darpan and all this Sunchaya or Nepalese media, there are other newspapers we are printing for, like Times of India, Dainik Jagran, Samvad Pratidin, almost 8 newspapers we are printing every day. During this period of corona and post-corona, we could understand that everyone faced this wrath. It was very difficult for them to manage. We could see their print orders. The print orders are decreasing. So that was the main reason that we are not going into Hindi journalism or other language newspaper. Nepali is our language. We stay here, and we have been associated with Nepali language since '93 when Sunchiri started. I am there in that newspaper industry. Later, due to my health and other reasons, Kuldeep comes in the picture, and Kuldeep is also handling the newspaper as well.
So basically, when we see newspaper print industry, kahan chai head hundaisa? I mean, what is the status as a printer, you think?
Newspaper industry towards, as I told you, the regional newspaper will not be hit. The main dailies, the English and the Hindi newspapers, they will be affected by that mainly. Definitely there will be some impact on the Nepali journalism also, but it will not be that much. In last 2-3 years we have started making it up. Our circulation has started going back to pre-COVID period.
Okay, it's coming back to normal.
It is
pre-COVID normal.
Yeah, pre-COVID. Now it is coming back to normal.
So sir, we know that there has been intervention of digital media lately, and somehow there is a discussions and मानिसहरुको भनाइ छ कि now the life of the shelf life of print industry is coming down with the interventions of new digital media, new era media भन्छ नि. How do you see this? Because Himali Darpan has also gradually started intervening in digital format.
Yeah.
As a publisher, how you say this?
See, we started e-paper almost 10 to 12 years back. The reason we were getting response from all over the world, Nepali people all over the world, wanting to know about their home. What is happening at Kalimpong? Somebody is from Kalimpong, somebody is from Gangtok. So when they see the e-paper of Himali Darpan, they are very much attached to the newspaper. If our e-paper is not uploaded any day, we start getting thousands of the calls from outside, mails from outside that why was with Darpan not printed today. So, and for us going into digital is very easy. and that is what we are doing now. We have started digital live. So in that we are thinking that we can do better with all these bureaus who can be given some extra work, and they can also help with the digital side.
So do you think advertisement still remains a challenge for print media because you have many employees and you have to sustain the house? So how do you see the changing landscape of the advertisement, basically the policies?
Since the post-COVID period, advertisement has also gone down because the readers or the advertising agencies or the media planners, they feel that newspaper is now gone down, so we should not advertise more in the print media. But for us, we have not faced this problem. Our newspaper is getting almost good advertisements. It's very difficult to run with that much, but we can sustain. We can sustain and keep it going.
So sir, what is your vision taking Himali Darpan basically about 23 years ko journey तपाईहरुले यात्रा तय गरिसक्नु भएको छ नि अब further के छ what is the plans?
We are looking into much more emphasis on news. As you talked about the political or geopolitical, Himali Darpan is not associated with any of such things. Himali Darpan is basically news as it is, where it is and when it is. Me and myself, my brother, we don't interrupt within the editorial section.
You don't interfere in the editorial.
We don't interfere
policies.
in the this thing, editorial period. Editorial decides, Sandip Chaudhary decides, other senior editors, they decide what is to be done and how it is to be done. We don't intervene in that. So that is the reason Himali Darpan is getting so much of love, support from the Nepali people.
So it was like during Prashant's time that the Himali Darpan hit the largest circulation.
Yes.
That was 60,000.
60,000.
So when was the time when you came really down? Was it COVID time?
It was COVID. COVID hit very badly. Because of that advertisement that if you read a newspaper, you will get COVID. So that went into the villagers, the people who did not know much about media, all these things. So we had to continue with that. That time the circulation was very bad.
So very interesting journey, eh? And I am sure तपाईको यो हाउसलाई अहिले यहाँसम्म पुर्याउनमा it would not have been possible without the support and the teamwork.
Right.
How many employees are there under Himali Darpan अहिले?
Almost around 50 to 60 people are involved here.
Okay.
Only in the editorial portion.
Direct employment.
In the editorial section.
Okay.
I am not taking the printing section.
Right.
So printing section is a different section. Editorial,
Marketing.
printing is the printing of the newspaper, and the editorial section basically is 50-60, and the printing section would be around same 30-40 people are there involved.
So with so much of criticism, especially to the national media, I think regional media somehow has sustained that integrity and the ethics of what we call the real journalism. So how do you see the future of journalism in India specifically, in the region?
Going through most of the TV channels these days, I have my own view regarding this. They are not the bigger houses or the media, electronic media. They are not emphasis on the news portion. They are organizing some debates. The main at say 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock when you go home, you want to know what has happened throughout the day. But honestly, you don't get the real reporting.
It's a TRP driven show.
It's a TRP driven show. One news is carried for 30 minutes at the prime time. So people will still look for newspapers so that they get the real news.
That's true. Even अहिले म digital media मा भए पनि I started my career as a print journalist, and my love for print journalism will always be there because I think reading newspaper has its own essence,
Yeah.
and that needs to be understood, like by all the readers, I guess so. Thank you so much तपाईँलाई है अनि once again congratulations
Thank
for
you very
your
much.
new launch and wishing you all the best.
Thank you very much. Thank
So
you.
उहाँ हुनुहुन्थ्यो मिस्टर सन्दीप चौधरी दि पब्लिसर अफ हिमालय दर्पण र उहाँको पोइन्ट अफ भ्यू हामीले स्पेसली पब्लिसर पोइन्ट अफ भ्यू हामीले तपाईँहरूलाई लिएर आएका छौँ र उहाँहरूको नयाँ च्याप्टर सुरु भएको छ इनफ्याक्ट द न्यू एडिसन अफ सिक्किम हेज बिन स्टार्टेड प्लिज डु शेयर एन्ड सब्सक्राइब थ्याङ्क यू सो मच विथ आशिष एन्ड प्रणम दिस इज निर्मल for Sikkim Chronicle. Thanks for watching.